Expo TV. This is Blink BCR Base. I have a review here for you of a new phone that came out a couple months ago from Verizon Wireless, the LG Envy. The Envy is a Verizon phone. I think it's the only network you can get it on at this time, unless you buy an unlocked version. Basically, it's your typical candy bar shaped phone. It's not a flip phone in the sense of a clamshell. It does, however, flip open to expose a screen, speakers, and a keyboard. Very nice feature if you're a texter or you use internet on your phone. The Envy was designed to be a phone, to be a cross between a regular cell phone and a smartphone. So it's kind of like a hybrid, I guess you want to call it. Honestly, I don't use it for that many hybrid applications like browsing the web on it or using email, because I don't buy the package that costs like $30 extra a month. I don't do that. So basically, this candy bar shaped phone is a little wider. Well, I shouldn't say wider, I guess. Depends on which way you're looking at it. It's a little taller than normal. Has a smaller screen on the outside than normal. Basic function keys out here. You got your numeric pad, you got an OK button, you got two soft keys up here, you got a clear button, and your send and your power / and call button. On the back side of the phone you have your battery, and you have your camera with a flash. And you also have a nice little ring here, and what this ring does is it moves to expose the lens. I don't know if you can see it up on here, but it exposes the lens. That way you can protect your lens. Like I said, the flash is right here. This is the battery. It lasts for, depending, when I first got it, it lasts for 4 days. Now it lasts about 2. And that's with normal talk time. We also have your charging port here. You have a micro SD slot for any micro SD cards, which is very nice. I have one in here. I have a 1 GB one. It's very nice for music. Micro SD cards, only this big, very small. Just slides right in. You can store music, video, pictures on it. Very nice to have. Very good feature. I recommend getting one if you get this phone. Over here we got our camera soft button, and we have our volume up and down button. You can use this for your speakers or for your earpiece, whatever you're using. Open it up. You expose your full keyboard. You have the same buttons on the outside, your OKs, your send, your ends. You have an arrow pad. You have a full-size QWERTY keyboard. Very nice feature. 2 space bars, shifts, symbols. You have a specialized email button if you use email on this phone. You got your 2 soft buttons right up here. You have your speaker button. You got a clear button. And you can access the sound and the camera buttons from here too. Very nice feature. You have 2 stereo speakers, which are good for your music. And pretty nice. I'd say this is a pretty wide screen. Very nice screen for a middle-end phone. So anyway, you can open up your menus. I have it in the Verizon theme right now, but you can access your Get It Now menu, which is your music, your video, your pictures, internet, games, all that stuff. You can access your camera and your video function from here as well. Then you have your messaging menu. You can send text, picture, video messages, and emails from this phone, and you can receive all of those I just mentioned. You have your contacts list, self-explanatory. You have your recent calls list, self-explanatory. You have your settings and tools. Here you can access the My Account feature, which is free. It's the internet, but it's free. It doesn't charge you. You can access tools such as a tip calculator, an alarm clock, a calendar, sound settings to set ringtones and everything else, visual settings like backgrounds and banners, your phone and security settings, Bluetooth settings. This Bluetooth enabled phone, very nice to have. I have a Bluetooth headset for this. It works very well. It's a $30 Motorola headset. It does its job. Another thing about this is under the messaging or the Get It Now screen, you can access instant messaging. So you can access AOL Instant Messenger, Yahoo Instant Messenger, and MSN Instant Messenger service from this phone. Now they charge you text message fees, so if you have a $500 a month text message plan, it might not cut it if you're doing a lot of IMing on this phone. It's a pretty good phone. I've had it now since February. I've dropped it a few times. It still works since like the way I got it. It's got some scratches on it, but it works well. It's pretty durable considering I drop phones a lot in my line of work. I drop phones a lot. So It's a great phone to use for, I'd say, anybody within the age range of maybe 16 through 22, 23. If you're looking to browse the internet more and have more of a data-based business type phone, I would recommend a Motorola Q or any other type of actual smartphone. They're trying to advertise this as a smartphone. I'm telling you right now, it's not a smartphone. This is I call it a hybrid type phone. It's got some features of a smartphone. You can access the internet and your email and instant message, but it's running off of LG's operating system for this. It doesn't run on Windows Mobile. It doesn't run on the Palm OS. It doesn't run on any BlackBerry OS. It's nice, but it isn't a smartphone. That's going to come across because you're not going to get all the smartphone features you'd want out of this. However, it suits me very fine. I'm 19 years old, and this phone does everything I need it to. Does more than I need it to. I don't use half the features this phone has on it. It is very nice. I love the design of it. I love the screens. I think the screens are beautiful. The outside one's small. The inside one is very nice. And one last feature I'd like to show you is the music feature on here. If you go on, you can access music from outside, but I'd recommend using the stereo speakers since they came with it. If you go into here and you go into your menu and you go to the Get It Now Music and Tones option and you hit your My Music, because I have music stored on my card. You can also store music on your phone, but I'd recommend getting a card and storing it on there. You access your music library and it sorts it by genre, album, artist, shuffle all. You can do playlists. And I'm just going to go to the artist menu and you can select all your artists you have on here. I'm going to select Blink-182 and from their album Blink-182. Plays their music for you. I'd say pretty decent speakers for a cell phone. Now, while you're playing your music, you can still receive phone calls and text messages. It'll interrupt you. However, you can shut that off. You can put this phone into a music mode only through the Get It Now feature. That means you won't receive any phone calls, you won't receive any text messages, video messages, picture messages, emails. You won't receive any of that. You'll only use this phone for music. And this can be turned on and off at any time. So in summary, great phone for Verizon. I bought this for $200. I think right now they're giving it away for like $100. It's a very good phone. Definitely not a starter phone because I think it has too many features for a starter cell phone user. But it's definitely something for somebody in the intermediate range. It's not a smartphone, but it will do what you need it to do. So, LG Envy.